Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second annual Norooz celebration at City Hall. My name is and I will be your MC for tonight's gathering. It's truly an honor to be here among such distinguished company. Turquoise Bridges, which seeks to build bridges between communities and create opportunities for common understanding by providing a forum where arts and cultures are celebrated. Now I'd like to share some interesting facts also about what the majority of the people here are, which is Iranian Americans. According to the latest US Census Bureau, where they ranked 67 different ethnic minorities, Iranian Americans rank very favorably in education and income categories. Over 57% of Iranian Americans have a bachelor's degree or better. That's more than twice the national average. Nearly 28% of Iranian Americans have a graduate degree, 3 times the national average. And over 5% of Iranian Americans have PhDs, and that's 5 times the national average. Our per capita income is $30,000, which is 45% higher than the national average. And our median family income is over $70,000, which is 38% higher than the national average. According to the US Census, Iranian Americans are amongst the most educated and affluent minorities in America. And in fact, they rank either first or second in every one of those categories. I have a lot to be proud of. So in keeping with this theme of their accomplishments, I'd like to introduce tonight's chair. Please join me in welcoming Commissioner Norooz.
I would like to recognize some of the elected officials who have joined us this evening. District Attorney Kamala Harris was here and she had to leave. I believe Assembly Member Mark Leno is in the crowd, Supervisor Aaron Peskin, Supervisor Rasmir Karimi, Mayor Gavin Newsom, and I'm sorry if I missed anybody. It is always an honor and pleasure to introduce my friend, Mayor Gavin Newsom. He is indeed a friend of the Iranian American community. This is the second year he is hosting this wonderful event for Norooz and joining us to celebrate and cherish our rich heritage. He even attempted to play Daft last year and he wasn't too bad. Mr. Mayor, thank you for your hard work, your continued support of the Iranian American community, and your dedication and vision to our amazing city. Please join me to welcome Honorable Mayor Gavin Newsom.
Thank you, Nasli, very much. And a big round of applause to Nasli for organizing this the second year in a row, this annual event in San Francisco. Our board president, Aaron Peskin, is here front and center for the second year in a row. And as Nasli referenced, our good friend, former supervisor, now assembly member, but most importantly, the head of appropriations for the California Assembly. This is called sucking up. Mark Leno is here. We just need some extra money before we do. I saw Jeff Agachi was somewhere, our public defender in the back as well. I want to thank Jeff very much for being here. As Nasli said, our district attorney, only fair to have the DA and the public defender here together. I want to just briefly take a few moments to thank all of you as well for taking the time to be here. This is quite an event. Last year I was indeed impressed by the number of people that came from all over the state of California, not just all over the city and county of San Francisco or the Bay Area, but all across the state. And I've had now a chance to meet people that actually flew across the state to come here for this celebration. And I got to tell you how appreciative I am, how humbled I am, but how I'm not that surprised at the same time. And let me tell you why. I say this often, and I think it begs repetition. It's been said that we are many parts, but we're one body. And when one part suffers, we all suffer. Regardless of race, religion, ethnicity, regardless of sexual orientation, regardless of our income, we are all in this together. And one of the things that defines the city as great as our city and this region, and for that matter, the state and this nation, the world's most diverse democracy, is that people are living together, they are advancing together, and increasingly they're prospering together across every conceivable difference. It is a remarkable thing, because think about it, everything around the world, everything that we can point to that's going wrong is because people are expressing exclusively all of their differences. They're not focusing on that common humanity. They're not focusing on the things that unite us. But here tonight in San Francisco, we are focusing on the things that bind us together, not just as a Persian community, but as a larger community in San Francisco, a community that recognizes all of its interesting differences, but unites around those common values, not only embraces them, not only tolerates them, but celebrates them every single day as we are celebrating tonight Persian New Year. So let me thank you from the bottom of my heart for advancing those values, those core values that define this remarkable place we call home, the city and county of San Francisco. I'm proud to be a citizen of a city where we speak 150 different languages. I'm proud to be mayor of a city where close to half our population speaks a different language when they go home. What a remarkable and glorious as well as gracious place. And I happen to think, that's remarkable. I'll conclude by saying this. I happen to think the world looks to us to see that it's possible to live together across all of these differences. So that is indeed our purpose, I would argue, our mandate, and our collective expectation of ourselves is to celebrate and embrace and to hold dear that which makes this city, this region, this state, this nation so great. So I'm honored to be here. I'm proud of all the extraordinary contributions of the Persian community. I'm so proud that finally we're opening up City Hall to celebrate those contributions in such a meaningful way. I'm proud that we have some like-minded political leaders that couldn't be here tonight. One of them, most notably, our own Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, who has a number of representatives here. It's a good time to be from San Francisco. And another friend of San Francisco, who I think spends more time here than she does in Southern California in her own district, and that's why I'm not surprised that we have a certificate of special congressional recognition, which kind of trumps those mayoral recognitions. And that's Loretta Sanchez, who couldn't be here, but also extends her best to all of us here tonight. And finally, our own proclamation. I am officially, on behalf of the City and County of San Francisco, to recognize today in perpetuity in the City and County as Norooz Celebration Day. Norooz, Pirooz.
Please join me to welcome Supervisor Roswell Karimi.
Here tonight, relevant to this point, we're making history because for the second time in U.S. history, we as a community are celebrating Norooz in one of the finest city halls in the United States. City Hall.